Ladies and gentlemen, every one of us is on a journey, not just to any destination, but to the best version of ourselves. This journey isn't mapped out for us. We must chart our own course, guided by purpose, fueled by discipline, and strengthened by faith. You see, purpose is the engine of our lives. Without it, we're just drifting, hoping for a destination we can't even name. But when you define your purpose, when you claim it, suddenly the world starts to align. You don't just move, you move with intention. Now let's talk about failure. Too many of us let fear of failure stop us in our tracks. But let me tell you something, every fall is a lesson. Don't just fall forward. Each stumble, each misstep is teaching you something. Are you listening? Are you learning? Because every great success story has a chapter titled Failure. And here's the truth about success: it's not glamorous. It's not always exciting. It's waking up every day and doing the work. It's showing up when no one's watching. Discipline and consistency aren't flashy, but they're the building blocks of greatness. But discipline alone won't get you there. You need faith. Faith in yourself, faith in your journey, and faith in the unseen forces that guide you. Fear will try to whisper doubts in your ear, but faith will drown them out if you let it. Faith will remind you that even the longest journeys begin with a single step. And when you reach a milestone, don't just stand there celebrating alone. Look around you. Lift someone else. Service to others isn't just about kindness, it's about legacy. Your best self isn't defined by what you achieve, but by the lives you touch. Finally, don't let the limits of today define the possibilities of tomorrow. See beyond what's in front of you. Dream so big it scares you. Act so boldly it inspires others. The journey to your best self won't be easy, but it will be worth it. The question is, are you ready to take the first step? Thank you. Purpose is the foundation upon which every meaningful life is built. It is the driving force that gives clarity to your actions and fuels your determination. Without purpose, life can feel like a ship adrift at sea, tossed by waves of circumstance and directionless in the vast ocean of possibilities. Purpose, however, acts as the anchor, keeping you steady amidst the chaos and storms of life. When you discover your purpose, everything changes. Your purpose becomes the lens through which you see the world. It sharpens your focus, transforming vague aspirations into concrete goals. It gives meaning to your efforts, no matter how mundane or challenging they may seem. With purpose, you wake up with a sense of direction, knowing why you are doing what you do and where you are headed. Purpose also has the power to ignite passion. When you are aligned with your purpose, even hard work becomes fulfilling. Challenges become opportunities to grow, and setbacks become lessons that strengthen your resolve. Purpose doesn't eliminate obstacles, but it gives you the strength to overcome them because you know that your actions are tied to something greater than yourself. Furthermore, purpose serves as a guide when the path ahead is unclear. In moments of doubt, purpose provides clarity. It reminds you of your why when the how becomes uncertain. It keeps you grounded when distractions threaten to pull you away from your goals. Purpose is not about perfection, it's about progress and persistence. It's about staying true to the vision you hold for yourself, even when the journey becomes difficult. Purpose is deeply personal. It cannot be borrowed or mimicked from others. It requires introspection, honesty, and sometimes a willingness to walk alone. Finding your purpose demands that you ask yourself the hard questions: what truly matters to me? What am I willing to fight for? What legacy do I want to leave behind? These questions may not have immediate answers, but the search for them is an essential part of the journey. And let's not forget, purpose has a ripple effect. When you live with purpose, you inspire those around you. Your actions, grounded in intention, encourage others to reflect on their own lives. Purpose creates a sense of community, a shared understanding that we are all here for something greater than ourselves. It connects us, motivates us, and ultimately helps us find fulfillment, not just in personal success, but in contributing to the world around us. Failure is an unavoidable part of life, but it is often misunderstood. Many see it as an end, a mark of defeat, or a reason to stop trying. But failure in its truest form is not the opposite of success. It is an integral part of the journey toward it. Falling forward means embracing failure, learning from it, and using it as a stepping stone to greater heights. Think about a child learning to walk. They stumble, they fall, they cry, but they never stop trying. Each fall teaches them balance, coordination, and strength. In the same way, every time we fall in life, we are given an opportunity to learn something new, something we couldn't have understood if we had never tried in the first place. Falling forward is about seeing failure not as a stop sign, but as a yield sign, a chance to pause, reassess, and move forward with greater awareness. Falling forward requires a shift in mindset. Instead of fearing failure, we must come to see it as a necessary part of growth. Every mistake, every misstep is a lesson waiting to be uncovered. What went wrong? What can I do differently next time? These are the questions that transform failure into progress. When we allow ourselves to ask these questions, we begin to realize that failure is not something to avoid, it's something to embrace. The process of falling forward builds resilience. It teaches you how to get back up when life knocks you down. It strengthens your resolve and deepens your understanding of what you are capable of. Each fall becomes a test of your commitment to your goals. Are you willing to keep going even when it's hard? Are you willing to push through the discomfort, the disappointment, and the doubt? Falling forward doesn't mean you won't feel the sting of failure. It means you refuse to let it define you. Falling forward also demands courage. It takes bravery to try something new, to step out of your comfort zone, and to risk failure in pursuit of something greater. But courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to act despite it. Every time you take a chance, every time you risk falling, you are choosing courage over comfort. And in doing so, you are growing stronger, more confident, and more prepared for the challenges ahead. Falling forward isn't about perfection, it's about progress. It's about understanding that success is rarely a straight line. It's messy, unpredictable, and often filled with setbacks. But each setback is an opportunity to learn, adapt, and grow. It's about moving forward, even if it's only one small step at a time. It's about recognizing that every fall is a chance to rise again, stronger and more determined than before. Falling forward also teaches humility. It reminds us that we don't have all the answers, that we're not invincible, and that we're always learning. This humility is a powerful teacher, showing us the value of persistence, the importance of asking for help, and the strength found in vulnerability. When we allow ourselves to fall forward, we open the door to growth, not just in our abilities, but in our character. Falling forward is a mindset, a choice to see failure not as a reflection of who you are, but as a stepping stone to who you are becoming. It's about acknowledging that every successful person has faced failure, sometimes many times over. The difference is they didn't let it stop them. They used it, learned from it, and kept moving forward. Discipline and consistency are the twin pillars of success, forming the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. They are not glamorous, nor are they often celebrated in the moment. But their quiet, steadfast power shapes greatness. While talent may give you a head start, it is discipline and consistency that will carry you to the finish line. Discipline begins with a choice, a decision to commit to a goal, no matter how difficult or inconvenient the journey may be. It is about setting priorities and sticking to them, even when distractions and temptations threaten to pull you off course. Discipline demands sacrifice. It requires you to say no to the things that do not serve your purpose, even when saying yes might feel easier or more immediately satisfying. The beauty of discipline lies in its ability to transform chaos into order. It takes the overwhelming and breaks it down into manageable pieces. When you are disciplined, you create structure in your life. You develop routines that anchor you, giving you a sense of control over your time, energy, and efforts. This structure allows you to focus, to do the work that matters most, and to make progress even when motivation fades. Consistency is the companion of discipline. While discipline gets you started, consistency keeps you going. It's not about monumental efforts or grand gestures. It's about showing up day after day, even when you don't feel like it. Consistency is the act of planting seeds, nurturing them with care, and trusting that they will grow in time. It's the small, repetitive actions that, when compounded over weeks, months, or years, yield extraordinary results. The power of consistency lies in its ability to build momentum. Each day you stick to your commitments, you reinforce the habits that lead to success. Over time, these habits become second nature, requiring less effort and willpower. What once felt difficult becomes automatic, and you find yourself making progress almost without thinking. This is the magic of consistency. It turns effort into ease and persistence into progress. Discipline and consistency also teach you patience. In a world that often glorifies instant gratification, they remind you that meaningful achievements take time. They help you resist the urge to chase quick fixes or shortcuts, grounding you in the understanding that success is a long game. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a step closer to your goal. And every time you choose discipline and consistency over complacency, you reaffirm your commitment to the journey. These qualities also shape your character. Discipline builds self-respect, as you prove to yourself that you can keep the promises you make. Consistency fosters trust, both in yourself and from others, as people come to rely on your dependability. Together, they strengthen your resolve, teaching you to weather setbacks and keep moving forward, even when the path is difficult. Discipline and consistency are not about perfection, they are about perseverance. You will have days when you falter, when you fall short of your own standards, but what matters is not the occasional slip, but the willingness to get back on track. Discipline is forgiving yourself for a misstep and recommitting to the process. Consistency is showing up again and again and again, regardless of the obstacles in your way. When you embrace discipline and consistency, you take control of your future. You stop waiting for the right time or the perfect conditions and start building the life you want, one action at a time. These qualities are the great equalizers available to anyone willing to put in the work. They do not discriminate based on talent, background, or circumstance. They are within your reach, waiting for you to harness their power. Faith over fear is a principle that can transform the way you approach life's challenges. Fear, while natural, is often a barrier, a shadow that looms large and paralyzes action. It whispers doubts into your mind, magnifies risks, and creates the illusion of insurmountable obstacles. Faith, on the other hand, is the light that cuts through that shadow. It is the belief in something greater than the fear, the trust that you are capable of overcoming whatever lies ahead. Fear has a way of distorting reality. It tells you that you're not good enough, that the road ahead is too hard, that you'll never succeed. It thrives on uncertainty and feeds on hesitation. Fear wants you to stay in your comfort zone, to play small, to avoid risks. But here's the truth: everything you want, every dream you have, lives on the other side of fear. To reach it, you must choose faith. Faith is not about ignoring fear or pretending it doesn't exist. It's about recognizing it and choosing to act anyway. Faith is the quiet voice inside you that says, yes, this is hard. Yes, this is scary, but you can do it. It's the trust that even if you don't have all the answers, you have what it takes to figure them out. Faith is the belief that the struggle is worth it, that the journey has meaning, and that you are stronger than you realize. Faith gives you courage. It allows you to step into the unknown, to take risks, to push beyond your comfort zone. It reminds you that failure is not the end, but a step on the path to success. When you have faith, you don't see failure as a reflection of your worth. You see it as a necessary part of growth. You trust that every setback is preparing you for a greater comeback, that every obstacle is teaching you something valuable. Faith also gives you resilience. Life is full of challenges, And there will be times when the weight of it all feels overwhelming. Fear will tell you to give up, to stop trying, to settle for less. But faith reminds you to keep going. It helps you find strength in the struggle, purpose in the pain, and hope in the hardest moments. Faith is what keeps you standing when the world feels like it's falling apart. Faith is not blind optimism, it's grounded in action. It's not just hoping things will work out, it's doing the work, trusting the process, and believing that your efforts will bear fruit. Faith is the bridge between your dreams and your reality. It's what propels you forward when the path is uncertain and the destination feels far away. It's the belief that the steps you take today, no matter how small, are leading you closer to where you want to be. Fear often thrives in isolation, making you feel like you're alone in your struggles. Faith, however, reminds you of connection to others, to a higher purpose, and to the strength within yourself. It helps you see that you are not alone, that there is support around you if you are willing to seek it. Faith encourages you to lean on others when you need help and to offer your strength in return when others are struggling. Faith over fear is not a one-time decision, it's a daily choice. Fear will always try to creep back in to sow seeds of doubt and hesitation. But faith is a practice. It's the act of choosing to believe in yourself and your journey every single day, no matter how hard it gets. It's the decision to keep moving forward, to keep dreaming, to keep striving, even when fear tells you to stop. Faith is powerful because it shifts your focus. Where fear sees limitations, faith sees possibilities. Where fear sees problems, faith sees solutions. Where fear sees risk, faith sees opportunity. This shift in perspective can change everything. It allows you to approach challenges with a sense of purpose and possibility rather than dread. It empowers you to take control of your life instead of being controlled by fear. Service to others is one of the most profound and transformative principles of a meaningful life. It is the recognition that our greatest achievements are not measured solely by personal success, but by the impact we have on others. Service shifts the focus from self to community, from individual gain to collective progress, and from isolation to connection. It is not just a moral obligation, but a source of deep fulfillment and purpose. When you serve others, you create a ripple effect that extends far beyond what you can see. A single act of kindness, a word of encouragement, or a helping hand can change someone's day or even their life. Service is not always about grand gestures. It is about being present, listening, and offering support in whatever way you can. It's about understanding that every person you encounter is fighting a battle you may not see and choosing to meet them with compassion and empathy. Service to others also fosters humility. It reminds us that we are part of something larger than ourselves. It is easy to get caught up in our own ambitions, struggles, and desires, but when we turn our attention outward, we gain perspective. We see that our challenges, while significant, are not insurmountable. We see the strength and resilience in others and are reminded of our shared humanity. Service humbles us by showing us that no matter how much we achieve, there is always more we can give. Through service, we build meaningful connections. Acts of service bring people together, fostering a sense of unity and purpose. They bridge divides, break down barriers, and remind us of the power of community. When you serve, you form bonds that are built not on what you can take, but on what you can give. These connections are often the foundation for personal growth, mutual support, and collective progress. Service also cultivates gratitude. When you give to others, you begin to see the abundance in your own life. You recognize the privileges, opportunities, and blessings you may have taken for granted. This gratitude fuels a desire to give back, creating a cycle of generosity and kindness. It transforms your outlook, helping you focus less on what you lack and more on what you can offer. Serving others is not about self-sacrifice to the point of neglecting your own needs. It's about balance. It's about recognizing that by lifting others, you also lift yourself. There is a profound joy that comes from making a difference, from knowing that your actions, no matter how small, have added value to someone else's life. This joy is a source of energy and inspiration, motivating you to continue giving and growing. Service also challenges you to step outside of your comfort zone. It asks you to see the world from someone else's perspective, to understand experiences different from your own, and to confront injustices that you might otherwise overlook. It requires courage to face the discomfort of unfamiliar situations and to tackle problems that may feel overwhelming. But in doing so, you grow not only as a person, but as a force for good in the world. Leadership at its core is rooted in service. The most effective and inspiring leaders are those who put the needs of others before their own. They understand that leadership is not about power or authority, but about responsibility. It is about guiding, supporting, and empowering others to reach their potential. When you lead through service, you create a legacy that extends far beyond your individual contributions. Service to others also teaches resilience. When you dedicate yourself to helping others, you develop a sense of purpose that sustains you through difficult times. You realize that your struggles, while challenging, can be used to inspire and uplift those who are facing similar challenges. Service transforms adversity into strength, giving meaning to your pain and turning it into a source of hope for others. In the end, service is not just about the impact you have on others, it is about the transformation it creates within yourself. It is through service that you discover your capacity for empathy, your strength in adversity, and your ability to create change. It reminds you that your life is not measured solely by what you achieve, but by what you give. Vision beyond limitations is the ability to see possibility where others see obstacles. It is about looking beyond the immediate challenges, setbacks, or circumstances that seem to confine you and daring to dream of a reality that surpasses them. This kind of vision requires imagination, courage, and a refusal to let temporary barriers dictate the trajectory of your life. It is not just about optimism, it is about belief in the potential that lies within you and the world around you. Limitations often feel overwhelming because they are rooted in fear, doubt, and the perception of scarcity. They tell you what you can't do, where you can't go, and what you can't achieve. These limitations can come from external sources, other people's opinions, societal expectations, or systemic barriers, but just as often they come from within. Your own mind can be the most significant source of limitation, whispering doubts and planting seeds of insecurity. Vision beyond limitations begins by confronting these internal barriers, challenging the narrative that says this is as far as you can go. This vision requires you to reframe how you see obstacles. Instead of viewing them as walls that block your path, see them as stepping stones that push you to grow. Each challenge is an opportunity to develop new skills, test your resilience, and expand your capacity. When you have a vision beyond limitations, you understand that obstacles are not there to stop you, but to shape you. They refine your focus, deepen your determination, and strengthen your resolve. Vision beyond limitations is also about creativity. It asks you to think outside the box, to find solutions where others see dead ends, and to use the resources you have to create the reality you desire. It's about innovation, not just in the traditional sense of inventing something new, but in the personal sense of discovering new ways to approach your goals. This kind of creativity often emerges in the face of constraints, proving that limitations can be a catalyst for ingenuity when you refuse to be confined by them. This vision is grounded in hope. Hope is not wishful thinking, it is the unwavering belief that the future holds promise and possibility. Hope allows you to see past the immediate difficulties and trust that your efforts will lead to something greater. It is the foundation upon which vision beyond limitations is built because it fuels the persistence needed to keep striving even when the path is unclear. Vision beyond limitations requires courage. It is not easy to dream big in a world that often encourages conformity and mediocrity. It takes bravery to imagine a future that others may not see, to pursue goals that seem out of reach, and to challenge the status quo. Courage is what allows you to take the first step, even when you're uncertain of the outcome. It is what keeps you moving forward, even when the road is long and filled with setbacks. This vision also thrives on adaptability. Limitations often force you to pivot, to find new paths, and to approach problems from different angles. Adaptability is the willingness to change course when necessary while staying true to your ultimate goal. It is about being flexible in your methods, but firm in your vision. This adaptability not only helps you overcome limitations, but also prepares you to navigate the unpredictable nature of life. Vision beyond limitations is deeply tied to belief in yourself. It demands that you trust in your abilities, even when others doubt you. It challenges you to step into your potential, to see yourself not just as you are, but as you could be. This belief is not about arrogance. It is about recognizing the strength, resilience, and creativity within you. It is about understanding that while limitations may be real, they are not insurmountable. This vision is also about seeing opportunities where others see scarcity. It is about shifting your perspective from what you don't have to what you can create. Limitations often make you acutely aware of what's missing, but vision beyond limitations helps you focus on what's possible. It encourages you to use what's in your hands, to leverage your unique strengths and experiences, and to build something extraordinary even from humble beginnings. Finally, vision beyond limitations is about faith in the unseen. It is about believing in the process, even when the results are not immediately apparent. It is about trusting that every step you take, no matter how small, is leading you closer to your goal. This faith gives you the patience to persevere, the strength to endure, and the clarity to stay focused on the bigger picture. In conclusion, the journey to becoming your best self is a lifelong commitment to growth, fueled by purpose, discipline, and an unwavering belief in your potential. It's about choosing faith over fear, embracing failure as a step forward, and dedicating yourself to the service of others. It's the daily act of showing up, staying consistent, and daring to dream beyond the limitations that life or circumstances may impose. True greatness lies not in avoiding challenges, but in meeting them head on, using every setback as a lesson, every victory as a stepping stone, and every moment as an opportunity to rise higher. When you align your vision with purpose, lead with humility, and persevere with faith, you not only transform your own life, but inspire others to do the same. The path is not easy, but the reward is immeasurable, a life lived with meaning, impact, and a legacy of greatness.